World War II. Around about 50,000 were produced. It is not designed to tangle with heavy enemy armour. It's got a 75mm gun, but it was really designed as an infantry support tank. If the Sherman comes up against something like a Tiger, the Sherman is going to come off worst. The Sherman is using his main armour, he's firing in the direction of the enemy position. The Chaffee is coming forward, also firing. The Chaffee is manoeuvring round behind the Sherman, taking advantage of the Sherman's better armour. We now have a standoff with the two Allied tanks pushing forward. Sherman's fired. The pack gun is firing back. Panzerfaust firing. Chaffee is manoeuvring position, trying to get an arc so he can get a shot in. You have to sort of suspend a little bit of disbelief here, ladies and gents, because of course this is an arena situation. These engagements would be taking place many hundreds of yards apart if this were real warfare. Panzergrenadieren are staying put in their position. They're facing down the Allied armour. The SDK set 222 is firing. He's not going to do much with a 2cm gun, but he's obviously determined how to try. He is pulling forward. This is either a very brave or a very foolhardy move on behalf of the 222 commander. He's pulling forward, he's firing. Face-off. The Panzergrenadieren are shifting positions to counter this Allied threat. We have rounds dropping in on German position. The Chaffee and the Sherman have decided this is too much for them to cope with, especially as the Hetzer has now made an appearance. That really is bad news for the Allied armour. Lots of rounds cracking across the battlefield. Allied armour has pulled back and they are awaiting further reinforcements. Softening up the Panzergrenadier position. Pack gun is firing again. Are calling down fire on the Allied vehicles. Here comes the cavalry in the form of a second Sherman. The second Sherman is moving forward. And behind him is an M16 halfback. The M16 is mounting a fearsome weapon. It's a quad 50 cal, 4 50 caliber machine guns. This was designed as an anti-aircraft weapon, but against ground targets, well, the effect is, it's described as the meat chopper, so that gives you a picture of what that weapon could actually do. And you have US infantry from the 29th Infantry Division pulling forward, taking advantage of the cover provided by the armour. They're going to move forward. The Sherman is moving in to engage. He has 222 knocked out. A lot of German small arms fire, but the US infantry using fire and movement going forward. US infantry also deploying bazookas and a 60mm mortar. Bazooka is mounted tank weapon, so they'll be targeting the Panzer Grenadier vehicles, and the bazooka has knocked out the Hanuman, knocked out the 251. That's well afire. Now the Panzer Grenadiers have realised that the tide is rapidly turning against them. They're going to have to pull back. Their transport has been destroyed. The US infantry are going forward one tactical band at a time. Other 222's just been hit, so you've got 3 vehicles knocked out. The Hetzer is thinking better of things. He's decided to pull back. Lots of small arms fire being poured into the Panzer Grenadier position. The Pack 50 has been knocked out, its crew have been killed. And the Panzer Grenadiers are starting to retire. They're moving back. Pushing forward to exploit. And the US infantry have brought up a 30 caliber machine gun, firing over the top of their own troops, dropping rounds down into the enemy position. The Hetzer has decided this really isn't healthy. He is backing away. Allied armors moving forward, and the US infantry are pushing on forward to finish off the Panzer Grenadier. There is now quite a hefty firefight going on, fairly close range between the two sides, between the US infantry and the Panzer Grenadiers. The US infantry are getting the best of it. Fire is lessening. US infantry move to secure the position, winkle out the final defenders. They're pouring fire down onto the remaining Panzer Grenadier. And the first Panzer Grenadiers have come out with their hands up. They are surrendering. Kampfgruppe has been destroyed. The Hetzer has retreated. And the US infantry are securing the position. Prisoners are being marched off. The end of the war is not far off, and hopefully they're off to lead happy and productive lives. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a terrific display. Can we have a huge round of applause for our reenactors from History in the Making.
And also for Chris Copson. Chris, thank you very much indeed for talking us through that. That's the first of our live action here in the main arena. I've just been talking to one of the guys from the army here at Bovington